to We Need Answers. Oh, please welcome your host, Mr. Mark Watson!
Welcome to We Need Answers, the quiz show where all the questions come from you, the public. You might be thinking, what, me? I'm just some schmuck called Joe from Leicester. How can they have come from me? Well, if you just shut up, I'll tell you. All our questions tonight come from a text message answering service. Maybe you've used one of these services yourself, perhaps looking for directions, cheating in a pub quiz, or just a desperately awful lonely life. Well, tonight we'll be asking our favourite questions from the database of these text messaging services to 2 celebrity contestants. Ooh, is right. You don't know the half of it yet. But first, I'm your host, Mark Watson, and just to explain who I am, I'm a sort of tall, quite nice person. And here to help me out are 2 other people. Please welcome Alex Horne and Tim Key. Alex is our studio expert. Alex, can you just tell us a bit about what you'll be doing this evening?
Yes, well, I'm in charge of the graphics and the sound this evening, which is quite a risky policy. I am actually controlling everything. But what that does mean is that I can hopefully unleash some quite awe-inspiring sights and sounds. For example, I can probably load up... that's the inside of a plane. And if I just press another key, I can get the sound. That's the sound of a helicopter. It's not a plane, but it's a helicopter. And that's another sort of different type of helicopter, and that's just at the touch of a button. And she might have a bell, or any one of them could have a bell. So it's stuff like that.
Mind-blowing stuff.
Stuff like that.
Meanwhile, Tim Key is our question master this evening. Tim, can you just give us an idea of the kind of thing you'll be doing?
Yep. Question number 1.
There you are. There you go. You must be looking forward to seeing the question master in action now. This week's show is themed. Alex, can you explain the whole idea of the theme of the week?
Each week there'll be a theme. So in week 1 there'll be a theme, week 2 there'll be a theme. Every week there'll be... You'll see there's not a week without a theme.
Week 6?
Week 6, yeah, I've got week 6, there's a theme. 7 theme, 8 theme, week 9 there's a theme.
So there's all themes?
Every week there's a theme. This week, we don't know what number the week is. People very rarely count what number the week is. Unlike months, we've got the names of the months.
We probably don't...
We're yet to name
January,
the weeks.
February, March.
Well, I've got them, yeah. April, May, June, July, August.
October.
I stopped at September. My birthday's September the 10th, so I stopped at September.
It does go October, November, December.
December is last one.
This week we don't know the number, but we do know there is a theme. Was that what you were saying?
Yeah, that's
and
what
it's wine. And that noise is the noise of somebody buying a bottle of wine from a vending machine. So...
Sound effects then. Yeah, of course, I've got it. Once you know what it is, it's obvious, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think we're just about ready to meet the contestants.
Let's meet the contestants. Let's meet the contestants. Let's meet the contestants. Let's meet the contestants.
As you've heard, our broad theme this week is wine, which should suit our first guest down to the ground. She used to present food and drink. She's been in the celebrity jungle. She's got 2 O's in a row in her name. She's Jilly Goulden!
Let's meet the contestants. Let's meet the contestants. Let's meet the contestants. Let's meet the contestants. Let's meet the contestants.
Let's meet the contestants.
Let's meet the contestants.
Our second contestant could not be more of a contrast from Jilly Goulden. Where she is a woman, he is not. Where she presented food and drink, he is the Observer's food critic. Where she lived in a celebrity jungle, he owns an actual house. It's Jay Rayner! We've met the contestants, and as you can see from the graphics, it's basically a case of shins versus hair. Well, it couldn't be much more beautifully poised, this, but quickly, how are we going to score this damn thing? Got a system? Damn right we have. It's 2 points for a right answer, no points at all for wrong answer, and 1 point if you get it quite right, which means it's sort of... so it's quite right. Contestants, are you ready?
Just about.
Tim, are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
The first round is called Burning Issues and Fiddly Questions. Let's play We Need Answers.
Hello, Jilly.
Hello, Tim.
How are you?
Well, I'm very well, thank you. You had a bit of an abrupt halt then.
Yes, I've got a system which breaks it so I don't go into that screen.
Oh, good.
Are you insured?
What, Jay?
Well, I'm just caring about your welfare. It was a shunt.
Yes, I'm insured. You have to be insured to do these TV shows, and so there are various health and safety guidelines, which means you can't do various things.
Okay.
Gilly, some of these questions will be wine-themed. This one's not. Question number 1. This question, as with all the questions in tonight's show, is from a member of the public. It's been texted in.
Okay.
How many gerbils piled on top of each other would it take to reach the moon? and would they topple over if they were hot glue gunned together?
Well, the first part of the question, I think it's going to be...
So you've chosen to answer it in 2 parts.
Yes, because, yes. The second part, the answer is yes. The first part is...
So I'm going to stop you there. And say yes, you're half right already.
half right.
Yeah. So 1 point already. It's true that they would topple over, no matter how good the gun.
That's right.
Okay,
Gilly's
good.
already scooped up 1 point.
Yes.
All right, so this would be something like 2,900 million gerbils.
Remarkably specific answer.
But 1 out. No, in theory it would take 7.5 billion gerbils. OK. Jay, is there a... Actually, it's in capital letters, so I'm going to say it a bit louder.
OK.
Is there a part of a polar bear that would kill you if you ate it?
So, Jay, as a food critic, he should know this.
The jaws, if the polar bear was still alive.
It's clever, but we don't have that kind of point system.
I also notice it's not a 2-part question.
Well, we can make it a 2-part question.
Go on.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Is there a part of a polar bear that would kill you if you ate
So
it?
that's a point for Jay Rayner there, for successfully saying that he's
No, I would say there isn't a part of the polar bear that...
Oh, it's the liver, you fool.
Just to clarify, the liver can't be eaten because it has too much vitamin A. It would kill you. You might think vitamins are good for you. Wrong, suckers. They're bad for you.
Why would you want to eat a polar bear's liver?
Well, actually,
Yeah?
the clue's in the question, you wouldn't. Gilly, question to you. And remember, all of these have been texted in by members of the public. Bless their little hearts. This is our first wine-based question. Brace yourself, this is gobbledygook. How am I going to gent red wind rings out me oak coffee table? What? Now, once I've decoded it, how am I going to get red wine rings out of an oak coffee table?
Unfortunate to get them there, isn't it? Because it's probably a pretty table. So you want to actually get it all to be the same sort of colour.
Absolutely, yes, that's what getting it out means.
And so, therefore, you've got to either put something on, like you could put on a bit of ammonia or something just to down it a bit, and you could put on a little bit of furniture polish along with some sort of wax to sort of ink in the gaps and get it all looking...
I'm going to have to stop you there.
Tickety-boo. Come on, that's 3 points.
Red wine rings on wood, : rub the area with paste wax, silver polish, or a cloth with a tiny bit of ammonia.
Yeah.
It's 2 points!
Yeah. Here's an interesting fact. The Romans used to brush their teeth with urine because it contained ammonia. Idiot.
Jilly Golden, Jilly Golden, Jilly Golden is a wine expert. Jilly Golden, Jilly Golden, Jilly Golden is a wine expert. Jilly Golden, Jilly Golden, Jilly Golden, Jilly Golden, Jilly Golden.
Yes.
Jay,
Hi.
the next question is a sad question.
Oh, OK.
Do as you will.
It's a sad question, sad question. It's a really, 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 really sad question.
When do you think I will fall in love again? Have been divorced for over 3 years.
It's a sad question.
Sad question.
The soft, loving answer to that is when time heals and you're ready to fall in love again. The honest answer is you never will because, you know, why do you think you got divorced in the first place?
I'm going to hand it across.
When they meet the right person.
Have you been reading my cards, Jilly?
No, I haven't.
Have you been reading our hearts, Gilly?
Because it's right, Gilly!
I'm just an agony aunt.
I mean, tactically, Rayner could look back at that as a time when he could have had the points, but he chose the truth.
Jay, a state in the USA beginning with R.
Rhode Island.
Oh,
It's right!
yeah. Yeah, extreme right. points! Tim, I've just been asked to clarify exactly when you are allowed to hand over questions.
Yep, no, fine. We'll sometimes hand them over.
There you are. And there you are, just in case.
Jilly, how many cans of lager does it take for a hippo to get drunk?
Hippo!
You know a hippo?
Oh,
it's like the,
yes.
Like a rhino.
I'll tell you what they are, Jilly. They're like huge flightless finches.
Are they really? OK, they've got a very low threshold, because they're not sort of habitual drinkers. So I think I'm going to go for 10. 10 cans.
10
cans?
OK. We estimate it would take 366 cans of lager to get a hippopotamus
Poor old
drunk.
hippo.
As you might expect, some female hippos can get drunk on a lot less.
That's the end of the round. And at the end of that first round,
Jay Rayner on 3 points. Out in front with 5 points.
Jilly Goulden. Next round is called You or Him / Her, which includes questions from our studio audience here tonight. Now, our contestants can choose each time to answer a question about themselves or take a risk and field a question about their opponent, which is worth double points. Alex, could you just explain how double points work, please?
Yeah, well, doubling is a very simple system. It's a mathematical system. It's almost the same as timesing something by 2. I've got some software here. The software, there we go. That's a very basic number, number 1. And if you double it, it will simply become... You can add 1. You either times it by 2 or add 1.
So doubling means timesing by 2 or adding 1?
I think so. So 2 would become 3. No, 2 would become 4. So it's a sort of random...
That's
random
doubling.
system.
So we're ready for You or Him / Her. Let's play We Need Answers.
So, Jilly, ladies first.
Tim.
Would you like a question about yourself or about himself, Jay?
I'll have one about Jay.
Ah, here is your question. Does Jay Rayner carry his own fork around to restaurants?
Yes.
No. He doesn't carry his own fork. He eats in up to 6 restaurants in one night, so the washing up would put him off.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something else about you. You hate sea cucumber.
I do hate sea cucumber.
You call it fishy snot.
Fishy snot. Salt-fermented sea cucumber.
Well, I think we all knew which sea cucumber.
It's a sort of dislike which not many of us will be inconvenienced by in our life.
Oh, but it's a very, very big issue in my life.
He's called Jay Rayner, and he's a journalist. He criticises food, and he was born in 6. He's called Jay Rayner, and he is a journalist. He criticises food, and he was born in 66. 66.
Question number 2. Jay, would you like a question about yourself or about Jilly?
I think I should return the
Compliment.
compliment and have a question about myself.
So this could take Jay...
OK. OK. What is Jay Rayner's PIN number?
So someone in the audience, quite understandably, has texted that in. And,
He's nicked the pen. Oh, he's going to write it.
remember, because this is the BBC, we should point out it should be PIN. The N in PIN stands for number. PIN number is a silly thing to say.
Same as mine.
Do I get the point?
It's right! Jilly, you or him?
Oh, right, well, I've failed on him, so I better go on me this
You
time.
had better. OK, in general, does Jilly Goulden eat breakfast with her husband and lunch and dinner without him? Or does she eat breakfast and lunch with her husband and dinner without him? Or does she eat breakfast alone and then eat lunch and dinner with her husband? Or does she generally eat breakfast, lunch and dinner with her husband? Or is she unmarried?
That could well have gone into 2 texts.
Well, Jilly Goulden does definitely eat lunch and dinner with her husband.
Yes.
And breakfast
Breakfast is a moot point.
is one of those, yes.
Yes.
So
one of those.
Truly not very often breakfast, no.
Jilly Goulden is married to Paul, now retired, so they eat together, TV schedule allowing, enjoying a glass of fine wine oozing with character. I'm going to give you 2 points. Jay!
Yes.
Dear old Jay,
Hi.
You or him or her or Jilly Gordon?
I'll have a question on Jilly, please.
Has Jilly Gordon ever accidentally drank the stuff that Oz Clark's already spat out?
Absolutely yes.
Oh, it's kind of quite... It says, of course not.
So the intensifier was right, the
That would be
sentiment
too
wasn't.
much of a treat.
Yes, I think we're going to say wrong.
It's wrong.
The first lesson in wine tasting is not to drink from the spit.
Oon.
It's a pretty good lesson for life in general.
I think so.
And that means it's the end of the round. At the end of that round, Jay Rayner has 5 points, but still out in front with 7 points is Jilly Goulden. And some analysis now from our expert, Alex.
To celebrate Jilly's lead, Jilly, I've designed a small game for you. If you look down the front, I've got a picture of your rival, Jay Rayner, at a restaurant with a fork, which he didn't bring by himself. They provide the forks, and Jilly, I want you to guess what he's eating. It's a he. What Jay's eating.
And this is not for points, this is just for fun. And
There's
it
two
is fun.
dishes.
It's going to be something a bit picturesque, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a little tower with lots of different coloured things.
Well, that's half of it, right? It's a pile of chips. So
and on the other side, he's going to have a little bit of fish, I think. Just a nice little fillet of battered fish.
Almost. It's a bit of standard fruit, so it's very nearly right.
Thank you, Alex. It's time now for something a bit different, a daunting physical challenge. In this round, contestants will undergo a physical challenge based on a question which someone has texted in. Alex, can we see the question, please? That was the sound effect, which means the question has landed, and that question is, how many grapes can most people cram/stuff into their mouths? So, quite so you'd expect Jilly to have an advantage as a wine expert, but quite simply, the points will go to whichever contestant can cram, stuff, or otherwise get the most grapes into their mouths. Let's play We Need Answers Physical Challenge round. So we're prepared for up to 1,000 grapes each. Don't forget, if it is a long contest, you can cheer for your favourite contestant by shouting encouragement, just maybe shouting their name, or you can say, cram them in, Goulden, for example, or Jay, continue harbouring the grapes, or you could sort of, if you don't want one of them to win, psych them out by going, whoop, you don't like grapes. Mind games aside, though, this is going to be quite interesting. Only 2 points are at stake for this ordeal. But there's also the honour of being the physical challenge winner. Contestants, are you ready?
Yes, completely.
In a manner of speaking.
In a manner of speaking, yes. Psychologically, there's no way you could be ready. Tim, have you got enough grapes at least for the first round?
Yep.
Contestants, your grape harbouring time starts now. First grape for Rayner. Rayner has one in his mouth, so 1-0. 1-0 to Rayner. And that could be enough. It's 1-1. Second grape for Rayner. This would give him a 2-1 lead, which could be enough. There we are. 2-1 lead for Rayner. Goulden's second grape is demurely inserted by Key. Again, a bit of adjustment there. 3-2. It's 3-2 to Jay Rayner. Goulden swats Key away after his ungentlemanly way of insertion. 3-all, and straight away 4-3. 4-3 to Jay Rayner. Goulden for 4. Yes, 4 grapes each. Up there you can see some graphics. Horn does a pun involving grapes on the screen. If you're in the crowd, you can shout things like keep eating grapes, or good luck with eating your grapes, or just shout encouragement to them. We move on to bigger, blacker grapes. There's suspicions of chewing on both sides. But no.
Moving them around.
Rayner explains that he's moving them around, which is, of course, within the rules. That's tactics. He's 15-14 up. His cheeks, I can see from here, are in a horrible state. It's 15-all, a tennis score, but with grapes. If we get to 30-15, someone will be hospitalised. Grapes in the bib, they don't count, but it means that Rayner can serve himself. And he does! 16-15, 17-15. grapes! Gordon is reeling from this. 22 grapes is a rugby score. And that's the end of the round. There are 20 grapes in Gordon's mouth and an unbelievable, seemingly inhuman 24 grapes in James. After that sensational grapey drama, let's go over to Alex for some in-depth analysis.
Thank you, Mark. Now, during that round, I filmed it. I used some of these cameras here to film it, and I've got a still of the action there. First of all, I'd just like to highlight these shin pads here, which were chosen by me to protect the shins of the contestants. We've also got stripes. This was Gilly's choice. And then, if I just use a blue ink colour here, I mean, it makes no difference which colour I use, but I may as well... I mean, they've spent thousands on this piece of equipment. This arm here, if you watch what happens next, if we run that now, you'll see the moment that Gilly lost this competition, the refusal, the no, I don't want any more... No! No more, just back and forth. No more grapes, no more grapes. And, I mean, while I'm here, I may as well just quickly use the ring function. If we highlight this area in a sort of apparently haphazard way, but then moving across to the straight line, and I've got a green pen, and there we have a stalk, and then we have a bunch of grapes. We've now... It's a bunch of grapes.
Thank you, Alex. And so, after all that drama and that analysis, the scores are now... Gilly Gordon has 7 points. Jay Rayner has 7 points. So, Gilly, you're a wine expert. I can't imagine being a wine expert. I mean, how much can you tell just by drinking? Or could you tell the region or the country, or even how old the wine was, just literally by tasting it?
Funnily enough, you know, when it comes to wine tasting, your most important organ is your nose, and so you tell it all by smelling it rather than tasting it.
So you didn't ever actually drink it?
Boring, really. You don't have to. I mean, it does add a little bit of gloss around the edges, but you can tell an awful lot just by sniffing it.
I thought people were sort of doing that thing where they sniff the wine, it's just they're sort of deliberately trying to look clever.
You could, on a good day, tell where it comes from just by sniffing it, yeah.
That's extraordinary. What is your hit rate, do you reckon? Would you normally back yourself to be right just by sniffing?
If it's quite a good character wine and nothing too obscure, my hit rate would be quite good.
A character wine? Like a character comic?
Yeah, well, you know, some wines are kind of like wallpaper and they just sort of fade into the background.
Yeah.
And some really go sock you between the eyes and have a big, busty flavour, you know, carry all before them like a sort of, I don't know, Jordan-type wine.
Well, I think we all like the side of a big, busty flavour. Jay, out of all the meals you've had as a restaurant critic, is there a particular meal that you remember, a most memorable meal?
Yeah, lunch on the M40 services, but not in a good way.
Oh, really? What did you have?
It was one of those pies where something had gone in there and died.
That happens with a lot of pies, actually.
Maybe.
Jay, sorry, if you're going to carry on this anecdote, is that music all right, or do you want something more funky?
A little bit celebratory, so we're celebrating the life of the animal.
Yeah.
All right.
OK.
So there you are with this pie.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, I don't want the pie, but I'm hungry, dude.
It was a pie. I ate it, but I felt dirty.
And so now we come on to the final quick-fire round. It's fingers on buzzers in this round, so can you test your buzzer, please, Gilly?
Gilly Gordon.
And now Jay.
Jay Rayner.
Alex Horn.
Horn also has a buzzer. Could still win. And to spice things up, in this round, they're competing not just against one another, but against the clock. Yes. The time is up when Gilly's face meets Jay's, and this time contestants are playing throughout the round for double points. Let's play. For the final time, we need answers.
So, this is the final round. Again, all questions texted in by the public. Ready, steady, go! Is there enough beer including lager and ale, in the world for everyone to get drunk at the same time?
Jay Rayner.
Yes.
Yes, there is! We can all have 40 points! What is the average age of a butcher in the UK?
Jay Rayner.
56, they're getting on a bit.
It's not quite right. Goes over.
40.
It's 57.
Oh!
Both wrong. Both wrong. Both as bad as one another. Are Percy pigs as sugary as grapes?
Sugarier.
Sugarier?
Sugarier.
They are sugarier. Yes, it's right. 2 points. What films has wine buff Oz Clarke acted in?
Jilly Goulden.
He was in a James Bond.
OK, actually, he wasn't in a James Bond.
Was in Superman.
He was in Superman. How far ahead do the scriptwriters plan in EastEnders?
Jay Rayner.
No planning, it's all real.
It's... I give him 1 point. Quick fire, quick fire, come on! Are there sheep in the jungle?
Jay Rayner.
No.
Is right.
Yes. And that, coincidentally, farm-like noise is the end of the round. Let's go through the scores in reverse order. In second place, with 9 points, it's Jilly Goulden. And now, yes, in keeping with game show tradition, the loser is forced to trudge off stage wearing the clogs of defeat. Good clumping.
A bit quicker.
Jilly Goulden, everyone. But that means that tonight's winner with 17 points is Jay Rayner. Congratulations, Jay. Now, Jay, you've earned 16 points, which are yours to keep. We'll laminate the certificate and you'll always have those points. But, in addition, you can choose to answer an extra question for a cash prize. Or we can just end the show there. It's up to you. Before you make a decision, Alex, can we see what's in this week's prize pot, please?
Yeah, the laminate is just coming through now, but...
There's the prize pot. Yes. £40. So, moment of decision, Jay. Do you want to gamble or make do with the certificate? And audience, you can encourage him one way or the other by shouting out, for example, play for the money, or gamble, or no, this bit is extraneous.
I'll gamble.
Jay will gamble! Now, Jay, you will have 30 seconds to answer this question, so you can ponder it a bit. Don't rush into anything stupid or rash. Tim here has 3 envelopes. You'll be asked to pick one of them.
Thank you, Jay. So
this is a question for £40, which incidentally will be paid in the denomination of 20p coins.
OK, are you ready, Jay?
Yeah.
So, here's the question.
OK.
Have Suffolk Police got a helicopter? I'll ask you just to think for a second, because we've got some tense music.
Tension. Have Suffolk Police got a helicopter? There's £40 resting on this.
Yes.
Yes, they do! Here's the money.
And so, congratulations to Jay Rayner, our winner. That's all from We Need Answers. Thank you.
Next tonight on BBC4, we're returning to the UK's love-hate relationship with its automobiles in the joy of motoring.